Social media is a great way of promoting local businesses, but recently it's been the cause of backlash against Buffalo restaurants. For all lovers of spooky season and fall outings, look no further than Clarence's very own Great Pumpkin Farm. Millions of Americans applied for unemployment insurance when the country shut down. When bars and restaurants opened back up, industry workers didn't want to come back. Hunters and hikers beware, skunk is in the air. Buffalo Park Rangers are warning everyone of an excessive skunk population this year. We reached out to the restaurants involved in these accusations, but did not receive a comment. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Rhiannon Browning. As the holidays are approaching, everyone's eating, drinking, and being merry. But think twice about getting behind the wheel after all of that celebrating. According to New York State law enforcement, arrests made for driving while intoxicated increases between Thanksgiving and early January. These cases are typically related to college students coming home for the holidays and family gatherings. Sergeant Matthew White of the Madison County Sheriff's Department is on a mission to prevent this holiday trend.
We put additional patrols out during the holiday season, as well as additional community outreach, because the holiday season does show like a 20% increase in the amount of drivers that are possibly impaired.
Law enforcement isn't alone when it comes to keeping impaired people from driving. Kelsey Milley serves alcohol at the South Buffalo Holiday Market and says she has her share of experiences in regards to intoxicated customers.
They just don't know when to stop, so it's almost where I have to get involved and tell them either this is your last one or after this, were you planning on going? Something along those lines.
Sergeant White has some mindful advice for those celebrating the holidays with alcohol this year.
If you've been drinking, the easiest thing to prevent your accident is just not to drive. That's obviously the biggest thing. And then getting arrested for UBI you incur all sorts of fines and lawyer fees and tow bills and possible bail to get yourself out of jail. And really, is it worth it when an Uber costs you $5?
Just one Uber can save a life and a trip to the police department. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Rhiannon Browning. Social media is a great way of promoting local businesses, but recently it's been the cause of backlash against Buffalo restaurants. The Sterling Tap and Wurst is one of multiple bars being criticized after posting what locals believe are racist comments.
Poor word usage and racial epithets to make just people of Native people feel stupid if you were reading that. I mean, it was just a very wrong thing to post.
Mike also said the owner already has a bad reputation.
The owner was a difficult person to work with. He hired poor management every time. There was lots of turnover. It was just, I felt like I was most of the time doing everything there.
Casey's Bar spoke out when Tapo Day Club imposed a dress code that appeared to be racially motivated.
Some of their employees were customers of ours and friends of ours. And they were like, listen, this is obviously racially motivated.
Vinny then responded by posting an inclusive dress code on Instagram.
It's so different now with, like social media and Instagram, and you are reaching more people as a restaurant than ever before.
We reached out to the restaurants involved in these accusations, but did not receive a comment. For Broadcasting Buffalo, I'm Rhiannon Browning. Millions of Americans applied for unemployment insurance when the country shut down. When bars and restaurants opened back up, industry workers didn't want to come back. Restaurant managers and owners are struggling to find a full staff since reopening over a year ago. Grayland Gin Bar has been impacted in both the front and the back of the house, unable to find sufficient staffing for busy dinner hours. The general manager says that she is able to get plenty of interviews, but no one ever shows up.
After the first bout of COVID, people were starting to come back, starting to get their original jobs back, and then once we shut down the second time, we noticed a lot of service industry professionals started looking for work outside of the industry.
People who received unemployment insurance during the COVID-19 shutdown also were able to get an extra $300 to $600 every week in COVID relief funds. The extra relief ended in September, but Sarah thinks people are still using the insurance.
It was a bit more than probably servers and bartenders were used to making, so it definitely took a good portion of our employees.
The kitchen is feeling a big impact, having to work overtime most weeks. The chef, Landon McDonald, has a hard time even getting produce.
And there's a labor shortage from top to bottom. All my food purveyors are finding it hard to get me all my different types of food throughout the week.
If you're an industry worker looking to apply, there's a link right on our website at broadcastingbuffalo.com. In Buffalo, I'm Rhiannon Browning.